Welcome to our podcast series. We hope you enjoy and are blessed by the stories, wisdom, and inspiration of the Medical Mission Sisters. Thank you for listening.
Yumiko, I have known you for a long time. I can't remember the year, but I know it's a long time. And you have done many interesting things. But then there was this long space of time when you were no longer visible because you were in Northeast India and then you were in Japan and all that. But I was always very moved by how you came to the United States. Oh, I was very touched by that because you had such interest and, push. And you used a lot of energy to make the move when it came to you I got to go do this. And I don't know if you knew what you were getting into, but here you are. So would you mind telling us a little bit more about that?
Okay, Estelle. The thing is, by nature, I'm shy and then also quiet.
Yes.
And so my teenage years were kind of dark night of the soul kind of thing. Anyhow, the first time I came to the States was as an exchange student, no? And because
Sorry.
I was so uncomfortable in that all this situation and all, so I needed to get out of there. And I was really given a wonderful opportunity to come to the States, an exchange student, for 1 year. Then during that year, I became a Christian, and this first cross-cultural experience really opened my mind and heart. That was my first. But and then when I returned home, I was 19 already, and I went to school and all that. Then when I was senior in the university, when I was studying veterinary medicine.
When you were studying what?
Veterinary medicine.
So you're a veterinary besides?
Yes, by paper. Paper vet.
You're a paper one.
Meaning I have a license, but I never practiced as a vet. Of course, I did like kind of the, mini intern thing, but I never worked as a vet. Anyhow, but I always wanted to work as a vet in Africa.
So you wanted to go to Africa?
Yes.
As a veterinarian?
Yes. But please allow me to go back again, because my first experience in the States, really, it changed my whole perspective, because I received so much from so many people. So naturally, I felt I have to do something for others as return, more. So, but the veterinary vet is for animals, no?
Yes.
But I also wanted to do something for the human being. So that was I'm kind of so stupidly serious sometimes, no? So I really think what to do. Then I couldn't figure out what's the best way to do. So I decided to spend 1 month with Mother Teresa's sisters in Calcutta.
In?
Calcutta,
Calcutta.
India.
That's after you were here in the U.S.?
First time.
The first time?
High school student. More?
As a high school student, you decided to go to Calcutta?
Nahi, sister. As a high school student, I went to the States.
Okay.
As an exchange student. And I came back to Japan after 1 year. Then I continued to pursue my studies to be a vet. But this year of the States changed my mindset, meaning, I had a dream, but I had more, not dream, but a little bit bigger or more, I wanted to contribute something, for somebody.
To human beings.
Not bigger than that sister, human being, or something bigger.
Bigger. Okay.
Yeah, but that's my. But so that's what. Then, so that's why going back and forth. When I became a Christian, during the first year in the States,
Yeah.
no, I became a Christian, but it was not the Catholic Church.
Uh-huh.
No, it was my host family was fervent evangelical Christian, good-hearted people. So they wanted to help me because I was really struggling to find they help. So through them, I experienced really, we say, there was a book that time, Marcus Borg said, met of Jesus for the first time, you remember? That kind of thing. I knew Jesus.
Marcus Borg's book you're talking about?
Yeah, no, I mean, I met the Jesus for the first time. I used that phrase because I was in a Catholic school. But I was not Christian, I was not Catholic, but I studied about Bible and Jesus and all that. So I knew of who Jesus is somewhat. But that year in the exchange student, really, I had the chance to encounter the Spirit of Jesus.
Uh-huh.
That's why I became Christian.
Yeah. Okay.
It's not because of the studies. I mean, I didn't any dogmas, but I really had the wonderful, really, I wouldn't say religious experience, no, but really life-changing experience.
Uh-huh.
That's why, and then that, whatever it is, I am Christian.
Yeah.
But when I went back home, nobody's around as a Christian.
Nobody?
No Christians around me.
Okay.
Because I didn't go to church, And university, public school, no, nothing. So although I came back from the States with a really, heart was full of joy and everything, but if you are alone, it's difficult to keep it up. So, and this is like early 20s, and you have some, difficult times, different things. Then I really felt I need a companionship to keep this faith because I didn't want to lose it. So I began to knock the door of different churches. It was far from my home, so I stayed, So across the street there was a Anglican church. I went to independent church. Different places I tried. And also there was a Catholic church nearby. So I went. And since I was educated in Catholic school, it was very familiar to me, and I felt very much at home. And Franciscan parish, very warm, open-minded, nothing serious. I mean, nothing, very, tolerant and very kind, So I felt very much at home in the community. So I studied catechism with the father, but I was kind of, sometimes I fall asleep because, after. Anyhow, I spent 1 year as a Catholic. Then I was baptized in Catholic Church. But for me, I was already Christian, I believed. So for me, it was kind of entering into community of Christians. Mm-hmm. That was my biggest aspiration that time. Then, that was my senior year. I was baptized in Catholic Church in Christmas. Then following Easter, just before I began my graduate school, I decided to go to Calcutta.
Ah, that's where it comes in.
Yeah, because my godmother, she is a good nurse and very helpful, supportive of me. And she herself spent 3 months, 4 months in Calcutta as a nurse. So, I got that idea, and then I went all by myself. Just I went. And the time was different, the whole world was different. I didn't know anything, but I went just on a small backpack, smaller than And I didn't want to carry anything. So I went, and it was dark night, and I took the airport, and I took the bus. So I think I could do that because I was very young. No fear, nothing. I went. Anyway, so I spent 1 month doing the, sisters were just too busy to guide or instruct volunteers. There are plenty of volunteers from all over the world.
Volunteers, you mean foreigners?
Of course.
Of course you do.
Yeah, I didn't meet, there was Japanese, but I didn't meet Japanese at that time. But all this, And then, these volunteer people, we somehow became friends, that. Anyway, we had to find our own work that we could do.
Uh-huh.
But anyway, whatever I did was simple thing, clean the, this was the first house that Mother Teresa began, Karigat. All the sisters went to the street and brought back all these who are dying on the street, not that house, the place. So then the 1 month was very, very powerful experience. Then, maybe to become a vet is wonderful, but maybe this is more meaningful, to be a nurse.
Uh-huh.
I didn't want to become a doctor because, doctor is wonderful, but I want to be with the people.
Yeah.
To be a company is the nurse job, no?
Yeah.
So that's why. So I went home, and I said to my parents, I think I want to become a nurse. They were furious because I was still, my parents paid my tuition.
Uh-huh.
I completely depended on them financially. So they said, no, you finish your studies and get license, whatever, and you start job and you become independent, you do whatever you want to do. Very correct. So I spent 2 years.
Very correct.
Yes, I spent 2 years in graduate school. Didn't want to become a vet, but I had to study, and I have to graduate, I have to get the license, I become a vet. So only that I spent 2 years. Anyhow, I also get involved in the church youth ministry very much. That's why I went, But that was very good because it opened my more social justice issues. In that time, it was the Japanese church was really, there was a big movement about social justice. Big movement.
Yeah.
So, and there was one Franciscan priest who just newly ordained, strong, wow, very ambitious. So he just came like a big blow. Pew. And then we young ones really, wow, this is great. And then we study so much about social and discrimination, everything in Japan. Yeah, anyhow. So so all my classmates and all the school people said, oh, this Yumiko, Miss Nobue, she will never pass this board exam because she never at the lab or not. But thanks be to God, I passed this board exam and I was able to graduate. Yes. Then I have to earn the tuition for nursing school, no. So instead of becoming a vet, I became a science teacher. Because a science teacher with master's degree can earn much more money than intern vet.
Yeah,
Yes.
So that's how you got into teaching.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
didn't know that before.
Yes, sister. And I was very lucky. That time, Japan's economy was booming. It was very good. And it was not difficult to find a job. And I was invited to be a teacher from my school, the school that I
The
used to.
school you had already gone to.
Yeah, because I was a good student, no? I'm a socially immature, but I was a good student. So so I went. And, I thought maybe I could, it would be okay if I continue teaching. Yeah, but and I enjoyed teaching or being with the students because I was 25 and they are 12 to 18 years old, like my younger sisters. So I enjoyed very much. But I felt, to be a science teacher, you have to have a passion for science, no? Which I didn't have. and I felt guilty to these girls. So, and then also the second year, of course, I continued to save money, no? So I thought 3 years is necessary, but I worked 7 days a week, non-stop. On weekdays, I did different work to get the money. So instead of 3, I was able to get the money for 2 years.
Uh-huh.
Yes. But the second year, I was assigned to have the one class of students to accompany, no? And I informed the principal that I would like to discontinue after 1 year, but this sister, it was sister teacher. She thought I would continue in any way, but I didn't. So when I said, sister, I think I will resign. So he said, oh, you are so stubborn, she said. But because she's a sister, she understood what I want to do. And, I never told students until the last day that I leave. But, they ask me, oh, Miss Nobue, why are you leaving us? But anyhow, then I came to America to study nursing.
So your second trip to America.
Yes. And why America? Sister, what do you think?
Because?
Because, first of all, I wanted to work in these days we call it like third world, More,
Yes.
yeah. I wanted to work in developing countries who needs much help.
Okay.
Yeah, not Japan. As a missionary, lay missionary.
Okay, so you already knew that.
Yes, sister. Yeah, I wanted to be a missionary as a nurse.
But you weren't a nurse yet.
Nahi.
Okay, so now you're going to go to nursing school.
Yeah. Then, if you go overseas, it's more handy to study nursing in English than in Japanese.
Oh, okay, yeah, I see that.
And besides, those days, it was in 80s, in the States,
Yes.
there are shortage of nurses. And the many nursing schools began to have this accelerated program for the second degree students.
Okay.
Yes.
And you are definitely second degree.
Yes, and I don't have patience to study 4 years to be a nurse. So I came to Catholic University of America to enroll this accelerated program for the second degree students. But big mistake.
Big mistake. How come?
Yeah, because I never studied English. I mean, I spent 1 year as an exchange student, but it was almost 10 years back.
Yes.
And in Japan, everything is in Japanese.
Yes.
I never studied English. And besides veterinary medicine, nursing, very different, sister. And that's accelerated program.
Yes.
So
accelerated.
packed.
I have the picture. You were just impatient.
But, it was, oh my Lord, sister. It began summer program, no?
Summer program, okay.
Can you imagine? 17 credit you have to take.
17 credits through the summer.
Yeah.
At Catholic University.
It was impossible, my Lord, but, ayyo.
Oh, yeah, you did it.
I did.
You did it.
Oh my God, but because of the help of, I had some wonderful friends to help me, but it was like I don't want to repeat that again. Phew. Classroom and library and dormitory in the cafeteria, only 3 places I spent.
Short trips.
Short trips. Anyway, after all, I couldn't finish in 14 months. My classmates finished in 14 months. They became full-fledged, but I couldn't. So it took me 2 years to finish this program, and I got I wrote this board exam, and I passed. Yeah. Anyhow, yes, by the grace of God.
By the
Then,
grace of God and your hard work, and you must be pretty smart.
well, some yes, but
Yeah.
well, not. I don't think so. Anyhow, I managed.
You managed. Good.
Yes, yes. Then, because I think I could do because I was young and I wanted to become a missionary nurse. Only that I was, yes.
So then what was your next step in your process then? Missionary nurse? You're
Yes.
still not there.
Right. Then, America, you have to do everything by yourself, isn't it? Nobody help, nobody, oh, here, Yumiko, there's a program, you go this with this. Nobody do that, no. So I have to find the organization to go with, right?
Right.
So I don't remember exactly how I did, but I could find this Franciscan lay missionary program.
Okay, so you found some group.
I found it, and I
you
was
wanted a community.
yes. Oh, not community. That time I didn't think that much.
Oh, you didn't think that.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I really wanted to find a way to go to Africa as a missionary nurse,
Okay.
and I found it. I was going to go. It was decided that I go to Zimbabwe.
Zimbabwe.
Zimbabwe. Yes, yes, yes.
Amazing.
Amazing. Yes.
From A to Z.
Yes. Then, that time, I stayed in the Dominican House of Studies near the Catholic University.
Near Catholic University,
Yeah.
that is. Yeah, I know what
And
that is.
near our original house, no?
Oh,
I think it's a
medical
more.
mission sister original
Oh,
house?
it was so. If this is the Catholic U,
Yes.
this is Brookland, and this is Metro, and this is Shrine, and the house is there, and our original house was right here.
Yeah.
I didn't know anything about it. Very interesting. Anyhow, in that house, you remember Sister Gertrude Ayerly?
Oh, yes, I know Gertrude Early
Then,
from Germany.
yeah,
She was studying here too.
yeah,
And she was living in Washington with medical mission sisters.
same time.
Same time. Okay.
Because I wanted to work in Africa, and I came to know that Sister Gertrude was sent from Kenya. She was in Kenya,
Yes, she was.
and she came to study a master's degree to be a teacher in Kenya,
Yeah. Yes.
right? And so, knowing she was in Africa, I started to ask her questions all. Then we became good friends. Then, when I told her that, Gertrude, I found this, I will go to Zimbabwe. But she said, oh, Yumiko, we have this Samaritan program that the sisters send out volunteers to different places. Even though I think it's there within the country, in America.
Samaritans, yeah.
Samaritan.
Could be overseas also.
Yeah. But so she said, would you like to go and listen, see how it is? So, from that time I try anything. So anyway, so she gave me the number of Sister Marguerite. Marguerite was the Church of Samaritan, no? Remember? Early 90s.
Margarita,
Marguerite Papineau.
mm-hmm.
So I phoned her. Now
So you were
all the
at
memory
Tina.
came out. Yeah. So she is very, very, very inviting. Oh, sure, you come. So I went. Then I joined this Samaritan group of orientation program. More. Then Sister Jane Burns, wonderful speaker.
Yes, I know Jane Burns.
She shared the group, her vocation story, Mother Dengo's thing. You know how she's so engaging, so inspiring, no? Then really I thought, wow, this is what I was looking for. Then, okay, but yeah, I thought this is maybe only like a temporary enthusiasm. So I didn't even tell Gertrude how it was.
Oh, so Gertrude is in the dark.
No, Gertrude was still in DC. She just, But yeah, my really excitement somewhat didn't fade away. So I said, well, maybe I have to think of it seriously. So I said to Gertrude, Gertrude, I think I like to join you. she was surprised, because I was really, it was decided I will go to Zimbabwe. Anyhow, so that time vocation promoter was Sister Jane Gates. So I started to communicate. And she's also very wise. So she said, well, it's good, but it's good that you work as a nurse first. So I did. And I managed to find a job in Massachusetts.
In Massachusetts?
Massachusetts. This is the only hospital that they hired me. So I went, spent 1 year, keep in touch with Sister Jane Gates, wonderful communicator. Yes. Then I joined MMS.
You joined MMS.
Yes.
So that was your first, that was it.
Yes. But sister, the thing is, my motivation to join MMS was not to become a sister.
Yeah, okay.
Because I was so inspired by what that time you do, meaning so social justice oriented, so keen on environmental issues and everything. And then you said, oh, and we do in the spirit of Jesus and with a worldwide network. Wow, this is, and then I realized what I was looking for was a community, because I was going to go to Zimbabwe as a volunteer, but volunteer, then how will it be in the, I wouldn't be able to continue volunteer work the rest of my life. But I didn't think too much. But there was some, I knew something was there. Anyhow, when that time I really thought with these ladies, I can commit myself, I commit my life. That I felt that way.
You got.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, but Yumiko, now, from here to India, because you went to India first, so then
Well,
you don't have to take me through the process of the whole formation. I know that one. But how'd you get to India?
oh, and then, first of all, because my motivation was our ministry, I didn't realize this spiritual aspect. This is, this Sister Barbara who comes to Mass she's my classmate in the congregation program. She said, this is about the relationship with God. I never thought of that, to be honest with you. That we really,
You never thought what?
the most important thing is relationship with God.
All right.
Yes, and that's so, for you it's so clear, but stupid me, it didn't. Anyhow, I got that when she told me. Then it put me into this really, it turned my focus into spiritual thing, how you would say. Then really in the formation, you study about religious life and the spirituality and all that.
Yeah.
Then here in this area, sister, it's kind of conservative, isn't it?
Yes, I would say you're right about that.
So I found completely out of place in the formation program, outside, intercongregation program, And I started to look at my own spirituality, you say? Japanese, being Japanese.
Yes.
I just couldn't fit in that understanding of God or whatever church.
You couldn't grab that at all.
No.
Yeah, because it's not Japanese.
No. But I did my best and then I started to feel comfortable with my classmates and all that. But suddenly, oh my goodness, I feel comfortable with my people, but it is not me. So, and luckily my formator was Sister Maria Honong.
Oh yeah, that was good.
Very, very good. So she has such a profound understanding of my struggle. Then, Maria and I started to really go into this inter-religious studies and kind of thing. Then I became more aware of my Japanese background, meaning more Shinto and Buddhist. It is like for us, it's in our DNA. We cannot deny that.
So you connected with your Japanese
Yes,
understanding of God and how you relate to God and everything.
yeah,
Good.
yes. Then I remember the experience to my exposure experience in the Philippines or wherever when I was a student. I strongly felt that as a Japanese Christian, we have the responsibility to do something in Japan and Asia. I started to remember that, no? So when the time came to think of mission outside after vows, I said, I'd like to go to India.
Good.
Because Philippines is wonderful, but mainly Catholic. Pakistan, most of them Muslim. Islam, Indonesia also. And India is so multi-religious, multi-everything. So I thought really it would.
That's for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why I went to India.
Oh, good. Good. So then you spent some time in India, and you could probably talk 3 hours about that.
Yes, but yeah.
But then,
Then I went to India to year 2000. But in between, from vows to 2000, 97 to 2000, I was really fortunate to be in Germantown with the community.
oh, right here.
Yeah, because that really gave me the time to really feel this place as my home.
Uh-huh.
It was very, very important. And can you imagine, really, we not only our Germantown community was so much part of this parish community in the neighborhood. Really, it was wonderful. So when the time came to go to India, I still remember, maybe it was Frankie or Denise. I said, I don't want to go. I wanted to go to India so much when I made first vows. But you have to stay here for 2 years because you have to make.
And then you didn't want to go to India anymore.
That's what I mean. I didn't want to leave these people.
Oh.
But then I think maybe it was Denise. No, it will do good for you. Anyway, so I went. So, Sister Jane Gates was district coordinator at that time, but she was really affirmed that, it is good that you make this place your home, then you will uproot it, but it's good for you to have this experience before you go. So that's why whenever I come here, I feel very much at home. And even at Germantown, I feel very much home. And after so many years, when I went with book PR, they were so generous, so accepting. Yumiko, come back, like that. Yes. Yeah. Anyhow, so I went, but I went to India 2000, no. But I was kind of really so much American MMS.
Yes, American. You were an American MMS.
Yes.
Oh, yes, that's true. 3 years in Germantown and all that time.
Yeah. And by then I was in the States for 10 years.
Yeah,
More?
10 years in the U.S.
Yes. And I think it's really suit my character. I'm a kind of loner, you say?
A loner?
Loner. I prefer to do by myself that time, no? Then independent kind of.
Yeah, yes, I think I know that.
But I think people in the States are raised like that, I think.
Are raised like?
Raised in that kind of expectation. You become independent as soon as you finish high school. Kind of, Anyhow, that really suits my style.
That suits you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I went to India, big crash, with India MMS.
See, there are other ways of being MMS.
Yeah. Anyhow, but it was difficult. But again, I was so blessed to be in India, and I went to Pune first and Gurgaon, and really I enjoyed both Pune and also full gown. It's my village setting in the Hindu village. I so enjoyed.
Rosalia must have been in full gown at that time.
Oh yes, so I
Rosalia Madeira.
Yes. So as soon as the weekend comes, I run to full gown and spend Saturday and Sunday.
Oh, you were a weekender in full gown.
Yeah, because weekdays we had the holistic health clinic every day, Monday to Friday.
Oh, that must have been where you learned acupuncture.
Yes, sister. Yes. But that time Sister Miriam and Sheila had this holistic health center.
Yes.
It was really booming, pioneer work.
Yes.
So I said bye-bye to bedside nursing because this holistic health was so good. I mean, good means you see your person, whole being, and I found it such a connection between spirituality and this body work.
Oh.
Because, could I go back again? Sorry,
sure, you can go back.
Because when I was just about to make first vows, I was still not sure how I can integrate in myself being Japanese, being a sister, being Christian. Because making profess means you make announcement publicly that you become a nun.
Yeah.
More
Yeah.
big thing. But if I'm so wishy-washy about this, my Japanese background, and I don't know about this Catholic Church and what, so I was really confused.
Mm-hmm. You didn't want to be a wishy-washy anything.
But God is so good. Then I met Father Hand, Tom Hand.
Oh yes, he was doing Buddhism at the time,
Yes.
wasn't he?
Zen.
Zen.
Yes. And he is a master of Zen. And he spent 30 years in Japan as a Jesuit, studied Zen, and he is a Pakka Jesuit. Very, very authentic Catholic, very studious about Zen, and thinker. And he presented us wonderful idea of integration of this Catholicism, Japanese spirituality, and Zen understanding.
Uh-huh.
Beautiful. So, then it was my kind of salvation. It would be possible. Now, that time I don't think, but in the future sometime, maybe I can also come to that kind of,
Integration.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So, why did I come that? Yes. So, it was big help. Then, because that's why I really, in the Furugaon village, Hindu village, so I, so much Hindu rituals and the beautiful spirituality, it was fantastic. And I was so attracted to the village women, village people, and whatever I offered. Oh, excuse me, sorry. So this understanding and this holistic health was so connected, because now that was that time when the hologram understanding came, and this new age movement.
Yes,
we are all connected and energy work and everything. But this Father Hand integrated that also.
Uh-huh.
And I find it such a profound field to get into. So that's why I said bye-bye to bedside nursing. And I went to...
That you worked so hard for.
Yes, but this holistic, this is wonderful. Body, mind, and whole spirit.
So you actually went to the CHI group with Mary M. and Sheila.
Yes, 2 years. I was a very popular masseuse. Yes.
Yeah.
Anyhow,
Oh, they did good work.
Yeah, but really, sister, massage is not only the give massage. No, it's more deeper dimension is that. And that was so, to me it was very, not attractive. What word can I use? It was very. I was drawn to that.
Uh-huh.
Yes. So, and besides bedside nursing, I could be with the patient, but so much paperwork and communication, doctors and all that nature.
Nijaya. Yeah, you're using Hindi words for a
Anyway.
Japanese talking in the US of A. Nijaya. That means no good?
No good.
No
Oh,
good.
no, I don't want.
You don't want it. You don't want it. Okay, Nijaya.
Yeah, because the reason I want to be a nurse was really to be a patient, no. But when you work as a nurse, you don't have that leisure. You have to finish the paperwork and have to in the time, no, which was very stressful. Anyhow,
Okay, bye-bye nursing.
yes, but yes. So then I came to holistic health clinic in Pune, and there was acupuncture, and I learned so much modalities in CHI, but not acupuncture. But when I see the effect of acupuncture for this Down syndrome boy, wow, amazing. At the beginning, I used to show this in my slideshow, why I started to learn acupuncture. Very effective and so profound also.
And who taught you acupuncture?
Sister Blanche.
Blanche Fernandez. Oh, she is Indian.
And
Goan, I think, isn't
yeah.
she?
Oh, she's Bombay.
Bombay, yeah, that's...
But she's very intuitive. Anyhow, that's why I got into acupuncture practice.
So now you have become a vet, a science teacher, a nurse, a holistic health practitioner, and now an acupuncturist. Okay. Okay.
Yes. Anyhow, yes. And then, but Estelle, you remember before I left, we had this, sister, you gave us a kind of workshop, not cultural audit.
Cultural orientation, probably.
It was very insightful to me. And you suggested me, Yumiko, it would be helpful for me to go into the different culture with some skills. So acupuncture was my tool to go into the different culture. At that time, it was very helpful. Yeah. Anyhow,
That's what you did.
yeah. And then I came back to the States to make final bus, and I went back. But there was some very serious incidents, I would say, that, sister, you wrote cultural discourse.
Well, you probably experienced cultural shock, because no matter how good you are at culture, there are some things that you can't jive with. It doesn't work.
Yes, and it is, yes.
Some kind of dissonance happens.
Yes, and it is, if I may say, it is more among this MMS cultural dissonance.
Yeah, sure.
Yes. And it is serious, because for us, if we are not at home or comfortable in the community,
Where do you go?
That's what.
Yeah, yeah.
So it was very, a significant moment. But somehow, again, God felt pity on me, maybe.
What was that?
God felt pity on me.
God felt pity on you.
So-
okay.
He, or, Mary. She.
As the case may be.
Yes. And Mary Alex, sister, that time district coordinator of Northeast India, said, Yumiko, why don't you come to Northeast India? Yes, sister. So I went.
And you went to Northeast India.
Yes, sister.
And that's the beginning of a whole new life for you.
Yes, 2007. And that time, shame on me, I didn't know anything about Northeast India. Guwahati is a hub, everybody knows, but Guwahati, I never heard of that.
Guwahati?
Guwahati is the kind of capital of Assam. It's a hub.
Oh, it's a hub. That kind of hub. Okay.
Yeah. Anyhow, that so much ignorant I was about Northeast India. But I went. Then, yes, as you said, new life began.
Good. Good. Now you got to take a break.
I think so. Anyhow, yeah. But really, yes. And really, I think, Northeast India is very unique, completely different from mainland India. And this, because of this tribal culture, is very free and open compared to India means, India is very, deep tradition, and, it is different, really different. So, ordinary people are more free, and boys and girls, in India, boys and girls, very, separate, But tribal people, not like that, together.
Uh-huh.
And because I look like Naga woman,
Oh, you look like the Nagas.
yes, so, but in Pune, everybody, especially children, used to stare at me, like this. But in Northeast, there's nothing like that.
See, when I was in India and I was close to children, they would come and want to touch my skin because what does it feel like? Did they do that to you?
Yes, and then they said, "Oh, sister, your skin is so soft." They said, yes,
Yeah.
yes. But Northeast India, really, I always considered native. Yeah. Anyhow, and this whole culture of that area, the land, was very helpful. Yes.
Good.
Yeah.
And of course, you had your trusty camera.
Yes.
You have done photos, and that's what you did in Northeast India. Besides doing other things.
Yes. Because sister, I like from when I was high school, I used to take photos very much. But when I went there, everything looks so beautiful and so interesting. And that time, we didn't have this smartphone, of course not.
No smartphone.
No, of course not. Not only me.
Nobody.
Nobody. So I got this small, this size cheapy camera from my brother. Pixel is for newspaper, very cheapy. But it was light, and I could take so many photos. Then, anyhow, I did that. Yeah. Then, whenever I come back to Fox Chase, I did a slideshow, with the photos to show. And sisters, you enjoy so much. Thank you very much. And then, looking at that, my cousin, sister, and husband Jack, they are professional, photographer and artist. Then Kaoru said, "Oh, Yumiko, you should make a book out of it." Then this came.
Uh-huh. Well, which one this came? This is what?
This one. And no, sister.
But let's see the lid.
Yeah.
That's a man standing out in the field?
Yeah. And this is Dominica's papa.
Dominica's?
Yeah.
Our sister Dominica.
Yeah. And all these photos, mainly our people. Everybody knows everybody, kind of. That's why, people's face is very relaxed now. This is Mary Grace, Mommy, and Papa.
Mary Grace. Their mama and the papa.
And these ladies are, they didn't know, but I wanted to talk to them because their work was so hard. I had to talk to them. And what they do is here,
What are
daily,
they doing?
daily wage work, carrying sand from here to here.
So they cross this river. Is it a river?
Yes,
They cross this river how many times in a day?
endlessly.
Carrying those buckets, those bags of buckets.
Sand.
They're buckets.
No,
aren't
that's
they?
got the bag of
Bags.
sashi,
Oh, yeah. Jute.
jute.
Yeah.
Ayyo.
So they're built. Somebody's building.
Oh, so the truck will come to take all the sand to take to the construction place.
Oh.
So
the truck.
yeah, a truck. But anyway, because I move around with bicycle to see the patients, because these acupuncture patients, they cannot come to the clinic, no. So I have to go to their house. So on the way,
see.
I see so many wonderful places, and you can stop and, And the time was also different, sister. It was much more, now it's kind of more violent and completely different. But that time, 2007, 8, 9, 10, I can go anywhere in bicycle.
So you just go by bicycle.
Yeah, bicycle. Then, whenever I saw interesting, I stop and take photo. And then, but here, it was so haunting. It was such a haunting image. So I had to stop,
Such
and
hard work.
then these ladies came for lunchtime. I wrote that story, but their lunch, leftover white rice and chili, red chili, and water from here, salt, bus. Ayyo. That's why
Just the rice and the chili.
that's why they're so skinny bitty.
Wow.
And then luckily,
Are these the same women as are going across the road?
yeah.
Let me see that.
And they are Bengali women, they don't have land. That's why they have to work hard to get the cash.
But they look so young.
And they are maybe in 30s maybe. But Bengali ladies, men and women, because they don't have land, because they came from Bangladesh, they have to work to get the cash. So they do anything. Anyhow, luckily they speak Bengalis, but they speak Garo also, and I spoke Garo somewhat. So I was little.
So you could talk
Yeah.
a little bit.
Oh, but and then So, but the meantime, the truck came, so they had to start working, and for me it was such a powerful experience and very haunting. But for them, one foreigner came and took photos and went like that. But really, that's why I had to include these photos in this book. Anyhow, these photos are like that only, sister. I mean,
Like,
everything.
Oh, with this baby.
Oh, this is another one. Yeah. So this is how we came. Then, and then also why I got into this vocation promotion work in the Northeast India is that our sisters have been doing vocation promotion work somewhat, but it was not so
Productive. Okay.
First of all, they are Malayali sisters.
They're Malayala?
Malayali?
Yeah, Malayali. They're from South India.
Yeah,
Kerala.
Kerala. And also, the thing is, I think, please forgive me if I'm wrong. I think MMS is very progressive, means very, not radical in a way, very advanced. I mean, we said bye-bye to habit in India also, and we went to. But here in Northeast India, it is not so, people. So they wanted to see sisters in habit, and they want to have, more structured.
They want more structure.
Structure or sisterly kind of image.
They want to know a sister when they see one.
Yeah, but yeah. So, I mean, the work-wise, it's very effective, very important, very wonderful. But when it comes to vocation promotion, to invite young ones. So
you got into vocation promotion.
Yes, but sister, please don't quote him because this is my understanding. Yeah. Anyhow, so the thing is, really, but overall, as a district, that time still district, we wanted to do the vocation promotion by all means. Then Yumiko came, and I look like local.
Look like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Sister Rose Kayatinkara said, why don't you go for vocation promotion? Looking at you, young ones may feel more comfortable. Yes, sister. I went. So that changed also my life.
You say yes all the time.
Yes, not all the time, but most of the time. Yes. Anyhow, it was very, very good. Because that is another thing. Because even though I went to Northeast India, also I was not struggling, but I had difficult time to find the right or ministry that I could engage. Because think of what we do in Northeast India. We are doing wonderful thing. But what I could do, what can be a what can I contribute? I did not know. So, but anyhow, vocation promotion was one of the things that I could do. And it was very successful. So, the first Garo sister, first Mary, is my first group that I accompany. And
Is it in there?
yeah, now, and we had 14 students, and only first is remain. What to do?
Oh.
Ek minute now.
Did you lose her?
Oh, and ek minute. It is in a group picture. And this is all this, first is, what's it called? Here. Firstly. In that time, here.
Okay, so
Yeah,
this is your first group.
Yeah, this is part of my first group. This
Part
is
of it, oh.
Kasi group. Yes.
That's a Kasi group.
Kasi group. And because of this vocational promotion, we got 14 students. First time. Yes. But it was a zoo sister, my goodness.
Wow.
Yeah. And then,
What colorful dresses.
yes, but why we got into this kind of thing is that, they came to study plus 1 and 2, meaning college. It's still pretty aspirant stage, no?
Uh-huh.
And-
College 1 and 2?
Yes, but because the system is different, they go up to class 10, and class 11 and 12 is considered like a college.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And we ask the students finish class 10. If you fail, no chance. So once they pass class 10, they will come to us, and we provide things for class 11 and 12
Okay.
before they even consider going into MMS, because they have to finish that.
Yeah, they get it.
Anyhow, so their task is to study.
Uh-huh.
And there's no entertainment in the village. They get bored, no? And I have to accompany them. So on Sundays, I said, let us do fashion show. So of course,
So this is a fashion show.
fashion show.
Oh, I'm glad you said that.
Yeah, because this is very Sunday dress.
That's a Sunday dress.
Yeah, and this
So
is
it's a fashion show, and who comes to the fashion show?
us. We are viewer and we are presenter. We had a grand time. I had the Bodo dress, and they exchange the dress. Garo, Kasi.
So they borrow each other's clothes.
Hoi, hoi, hoi. I had so many
And
photos.
here you are.
Still so young.
You're still so
12
young.
years young.
But you do look like the rest of them.
Yeah. So that was, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyhow. And then, because we never had Kasi sister before, in MMS, it is so important for us to know their culture, isn't it? No?
Yes, yes.
So I need to know, at least as the person who accompany, I also personally like to know their culture, and I have to know their family. So I went to, when they holiday, they go back home more to spend holiday season. So I
to
went
spend what?
to holiday,
Holidays.
Christmas or summer or whatever. Oh no, only Christmas. Sorry, excuse me, once a year. Anyhow, I went home with them. Grand time.
You went home with each one of them?
Oh, they are from the same village.
It's from the same village?
Same village means same area.
Yeah, yeah.
So I did, home visit each place. And then it was a great learning for me, these Kasi people, and these are from that time.
So those photos are from your time with your village visit with those people. Oh, I didn't know that. See?
Because, sister, we didn't have convent in Kasi Hills, no.
we didn't.
We didn't have house in Kasi Hills. I had to stay with the family, no? I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
you could stay with the convent. That's the norm, but I didn't want to. Yeah.
So you just stayed with one of your students.
Yes, each house. And this is first sisters.
I see.
Yeah, they are now all grown up, but
Those are the children. Look at this little one.
yeah.
Now they're all grown up. Of
Yes.
course, 20 years later.
Oh, yes. So, and this is the photos are all from that family visit time, Kasi people.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And the Garo photos are from my time of orientation in Rajabara. It was also a wonderful time.
And the Rajabara, where's that?
That is Garo Hills. We have two communities, Mendipata and Rajabara. In Rajabara,
Mendipatar and
Rajabara.
Rajabala.
That's
Okay.
from Sister Anita comes from. And Rajabara is more interior, or I came to know Garo people are also different from Mendi to Rajabara. Somewhat different. Mentality is different.
Uh-huh.
And Rajabara people are more simple and, really their hospitality is so wonderful.
Rajabala, Mendipatar.
Yeah, Rajabara here. Rajabara and Mendi is here.
And Mendi's
And Rajabara here. And
so where were the villages where you went?
here, around here.
Just around there?
Yeah. And Mendi is here. Mendi is really
Yeah.
border of Assam and
And what
Meghalaya.
is this name of this place?
Garo Hills,
Garo Hills. So this is...
Kasi Hills, Jantia Hills,
And this whole thing, does that have a name?
Meghalaya State.
Meghalaya.
Meghalaya State.
Hmm.
Yeah. So anyway, so 1 month of orientation in Rajabara really gave me the somewhat good understanding of Garo people, and all that. Then these are from that time. Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So
And it's when those pictures show people working in the fields. Oh, look at this one.
she is a painter of our house. She's a Bengali lady,
She's a Bengali lady and she painted the house.
very strong.
Yes, she looks like a strong person.
Even Sister Celestine couldn't talk back to her. Yeah. Anyway, very strong. Yeah. Anyhow, yeah. So this,
But then you see, you have other photos of work here that I like a lot. And oh, there you are on your bicycle.
oh no, this is not me. I was taking photo. This is Sister Nirmala who.
This
left.
is Nirmala.
Nirmala.
And she is also going by bike, crossing the river,
Yeah.
going to visit.
Hmm. This is how we do in Assam, flat land, flat.
Uh-huh.
Kasi sisters, they don't know how to ride bicycle because it's too hilly.
Oh, but this in
Adivasi.
Adivasi?
I mean, yeah, Assam, flat.
Mhm.
My sister, can I? Estelle, may I just?
Yeah, you can.
This one, no, because I want to show. Here, this is Assam, flat, flat, flat.
That's
flat.
all the yellow.
Yeah, flat. And this is mountains. And here, this is Meghalaya, but this is hills. So somewhat hills. But Garo is hills, but Rajabara, Mendi, Rajabara is kind of hilly, but Mendi is border of Assam, no? So it's very flat, even though it's Garo hills. So I went to anywhere by bicycle.
And what is this big river going through there?
This is Brahmaputra.
Oh, that's
And
the
it-
biggie.
And it goes to with Ganges river comes, and then it goes to this, what you call that?
It goes to Bengal,
Bengal.
Bay of Bengal.
Yes. Yeah. So this
Yeah,
is very
right
flat.
here,
Yeah.
right in there.
Yeah. That's why this Dominica's Papa is very flat, no? Flat land. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So that's why, this my vocation promotion and started to come into my picture of life in.
And look at this weaving.
Yeah, and this also, these are, I noticed these ladies on the way to my patient's house.
Your patients
On the way to my patient's house.
for acupuncture or massage.
Acupuncture. So I stopped the bicycle and I peeked,
Oh,
and I went, and it's very interesting.
it's beautiful.
And I speak a little bit Garo, no, so they feel okay. So they are okay for me to take photos.
Has that woman seen her photo?
This lady, no, but most of the people saw. Oh, I wish I could show you. It is so charming. They, it is so heavy, so I couldn't carry so many books. But when they bring this to the village, everybody comes and the photo book.
Uh-huh.
And then they don't care what the book, what this essay
it
says.
says.
Only these photos, no. Oh, wow. And then when they don't find themselves, they feel very disappointed.
They feel what?
Disappointed. Oh, I'm not here, kind of thing.
Oh,
Very cute. Anyhow, yeah. So
yeah.
yeah. So
Thank you.
then, so the first so vocation promotion was really, I was very much, what you call it? It really enriched my life in mission, and also I was happy to contribute our, mission somewhat.
But what happened to that shy person? What happened to the shy person that you said you were?
Oh, yes. That I think, this, when, even when I was in Pune, I was rather shy. But yeah, in the village, because they are so simple, very simple. I mean, no judgment, nothing, no. And then they know that I care about them, naturally. And they are so much interested in their life. So we feel so much at home each other. And there's no, and of course in Pune I spoke Marathi, no? Marathi. And I managed somewhat. So really it's so nice to communicate and, that they love me, I love me so much, like that. Anyhow,
Okay.
so slowly I was able to.
But when did you do this book?
Oh, it was 2013. Oh, yes, sister, because,
Oh, I can't hear because of your hand there.
oh, sorry. In 2010, our students finished their studies, and, it was maybe myself, I was kind of, going through this midlife crisis kind of time, and I needed to have some time off because the students finished theirs, and then luckily they passed this class 12 exam. Thanks be to God. So, it's,
So you were free.
yeah. So by then I was in Northeast 7, 8, 19, 4 years. So I asked if I could just take time off. Then I came away. Then that time I, really, sister, because I want to become a missionary, I never thought I would go back to Japan to stay. No? But when I was in that kind of a situation, I really wanted to go back to my motherland.
Yes.
Not Japan, but motherland. Then I got permission to go back to Japan and stay, leave of absent time. Then I did discernment, Then the end of this about leave of absent, this big tsunami and earthquake event happened.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. March 11th, 2011, no? Then,
March 11, 2011, tsunami.
yes, and then that was time like for you, 9/11.
Yeah.
Everybody remember where you were, and you think of your life, what is meaning. We went through the same thing. Then it was a time for me to make, discern and go back to leadership, what I want to do. Then I had a retreat, and then I thought, and then I said, I like to stay on MMS, and then
You liked what?
I like to remain as MMS and continue to live as MMS. But I think, everybody thought I would leave, but I didn't leave.
And you fooled us all. You fooled us.
Yeah. And
Good.
I was not sure really, but really this is, then sister, that personal experience is very, very helpful for me because I've been through this. Now I'm convinced that if you have a vocation, you will be sister. If you don't want to, or if you are not so, even people think, oh, maybe she's not a sister. No, if you have a vocation, that because vocation has the power to help you to go through. I really strongly, isn't it? And that, that I really understood by my experience. So this really helps me to accompany our young ones. Because, and she said, really, now this is my jubilee year, but really, sister, if I were a formator, I don't know if I would allow this girl to continue the journey. Beginning, my goodness. But really, this is a grace of vocation or power of vocation, I don't know, but really, yeah. So, sometimes we think, oh, this girl is she comes from such a solid family background, and she's so good. But if she doesn't have vocation, she will not become a sister.
Well, that's true.
It's not our fault. It's not her fault. Even though how much we tried, sometimes it doesn't know. Really, we try.
God's work.
Yeah, but because we try so hard to accompany, but when they leave, it's very hard, really. But this is not our business.
It's not all our business.
Yeah.
That is the truth.
Yeah.
But now, Yumiko, so you got to Japan and you stayed there.
Yeah.
So how did that happen?
Oh, so, and my parents are there.
Your parents. Yes.
And I stayed with them during the leave of absence. I know, by then I was away from Japan 20 years, and I saw them aging and getting frail, and I'm like this, and they allow me to do whatever my heart desire until then. So I said, oh, I like to do something for them now.
You'd like to do something for them.
Yeah.
What they need.
Yes.
Yeah.
And MMSC has a great understanding for sisters to support parents, no? So I got permission to stay in Japan and look after my parents. Then my parents were not like bedridden or not like wheelchair, nothing. So
Do you have a photo of your parents?
that
Or in the book?
yes, but I have when my father was still alive.
Oh, that would be good.
Then, so, I was able to do some work. So that's I did like 1 year campus ministry in Sophia University, and I worked at
In what university?
Sophia University.
Sophia University, Jesuit place.
Yeah, and that was also grace of connection. Because, sister, I was away from Japan for almost 20 years. MMS was never in Japan. Nobody knew MMS. Really, completely unknown. I didn't have anything. But I started to reconnect with my friends, and I started to meet new people, meaning, I thought I really need to know more about, what the Japanese Catholic Church or spirituality or so I went to Catholic Learning Center seriously. Then I came to know this Bishop Mori, fantastic, and my new friends there, and became my support group. Anyway,
So you really went out to develop it. You were doing vocation work. No, I'm just kidding. But I think
Yes.
you were going to meet people.
networking people.
Networking.
Yes.
Yes.
And yeah, this is maybe year 2000. They are still young, maybe 10 years back.
You better show it this way.
Yeah. So she was 77 or something, and he was 80 something. Oh, so she must be 75. But she was very sickly, and he was 80. Yeah.
And do you have a brother?
Yes, but that time, no, but my brother was completely out of the picture, but
Okay.
yeah.
No, I was just wondering about your parents.
Yeah.
It's good to see them.
Anyway, so that was good. Then,
So then you stayed in Japan to take care of your parents.
yes, that was my main priority.
That was your main one. But then you did all those connections.
Yes. And, but that time, making connections means, to really, for my mental health, I cannot be with my parents only. No, I have to
Yeah.
meet somebody. So in that sense, I made connections. But and I discontinued my involvement with Northeast State at 2010, but when Anita and Dominica had to come away for their GNM meeting.
GNM. Now that's a lovely sequence of letters, but what is it?
Gathering of newer members.
Gathering of newer members. Okay.
Yes. Then I thought maybe I could contribute something to Northeast India to replace these sisters while they are away. Then North America
Well,
sisters.
those younger sisters are going to be meeting. You want to go to Northeast India
Yeah,
to replace them.
yeah.
Okay.
Then leadership of North America agreed, and leadership of Unit Northeast India also agreed. So that was the beginning of my volunteer-based involvement in Northeast India.
So you were going to go between Japan and Northeast India, like that. Okay.
And that was kind of convenient because, in a way, to get the visa, meaning, first of all, within 6 months assignment, you don't need inter-unit code assignment. No. Besides, if it's within 6 months, I can go with visitor's visa, which is possible to get one day.
What do you mean? You can just apply and get it one
Next
day?
day.
Next day. Oh,
Yeah.
that's convenient.
Remember, first time when I went to India, I waited 1 year to get the visa,
Yeah. Yes, I understand that.
but nothing like that. So that's why and besides, when I come from Japan to India, I don't have to say MMS. Meaning, because this present administration, it's always it's tricky if you say you are religious or religious person. So I went as a nurse volunteer or simply tourist bus. So that's, that become my pattern.
So you could go in and out easily.
Yes.
Okay, that's a good reason.
Yeah. And, there's a season for vocation promotion. March, April, May, October, September, November. So I try to go there that time. And luckily, these are the seasons that Japan's season is spring and autumn, mild season. So parents can somewhat okay, but summer is very hot, winter is very cold. So I don't feel comfortable leaving them by themselves at home. So it worked.
So that worked for Japan and for Northeast India and what you could do.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. Then in meantime, sometimes I came back here, and then I did slideshow, and then why don't you make a book? And this came up.
And that came up.
Yeah. Then, originally, this book was for MMS, not outside. So, I didn't think of any Japanese audience. But, the thought, we printed 1,000 copies. Everything came here except 100 copies, I think, to Japan. But 100 copies this month. I have to do something about it. No, simply. So then I really began to, once I start something, I really do very seriously. So first of all, I have to make the translation here because Japanese don't read English so well. And I asked Bishop to write a recommendation, introduction writing, because Yumiko Nobue Medical Mission Sisters, who knows? Who will buy this book? Isn't it even church people? Who this sister? No, we don't know. But if there's a introduction, introduction work written by bishop, this bishop is very, very respected. And somehow he had a good impression of me. So when I asked him, and
You did it.
yes, and it was, oh, great. Oh, Bishop Morisho, okay, like that. Yes. Then I started, by then I had the good network of Catholic friends, different parishes. So I started to do slideshow and book promotion. And of course about Northeast India. Mm-hmm. So I, my shyness went somewhere. I had to do slideshow and promotion in every opportunity.
At every opportunity, and plenty came.
Yes, till COVID hit. Yes.
Till what?
COVID.
Oh, COVID. Oh,
Yes,
famous
COVID. Anyhow, it was good. And so really, this book has become really my very precious companion of my journey. And I really said yes to whatever offered to promote this book and also to promote our mission. So, and because MMS is so unknown, I started with our founding story, very inspiring, and all over the world what we do.
So you did the founding story. That's the first four.
First four, and before first four, how Mother Dengo was inspired to.
Okay.
Yeah. Then first four, who came from Europe to here. Then this is the main thing. If I have more time, I explain. Now we come out from only not maker work, but more inclusive work.
More inclusive.
Yeah, not only medical work.
Yeah, okay.
And it was good that we started to really focus on SDGs.
SDGs.
2015 it came, no?
Yes, but SDGs, you got to tell me what those stand for.
Sustainable Development Goals.
Sustainable Development Goals. Okay.
And that time, now everything is SDGs in Japan, but that time, 7 years back, hardly, not many people know SDGs, but in MMS, SDGs is a big topic already. And I thought it's a fantastic idea. I was, and I explained, but everything, what is this? Anyhow, once I explain what we do, SDGs come so nicely. When I explained to that, people really understood, and yes. And it was a very good way to explain our mission, not only medical work, social justice, empowerment, and education, everything. We have to do everything, not only medical work. So it was easy for people to understand what we're doing.
Yeah.
Anyhow, so slowly, and I was able to make network, and I started to talk to them. But really, I'm very grateful for all this church newer circle, as well as alumni, my schools and universities, who gave me the chance to talk to the students. From them, I had another network in here and there.
So you went to your grade school, to the university, you went to?
High school and churches and civic group, everywhere.
Everywhere.
But only through this personal connections.
Personal connections led you to it, okay.
Yeah, but people are very supportive. Very supportive. Yeah. So, then I continued, but this book, I couldn't include this Naga tribals, which is one of the major tribes in Northeast India, and which has very particular history behind. And because of those people, I really wanted to make their history or presence more known to, first of all, in a Japanese society, and also among our sisters.
Uh-huh.
So I always wanted to make a second book. Then this COVID came, and I couldn't go anywhere else. So I decided to work on this book.
So then you jumped to the next book.
Yeah, but
But did you have all the photos you wanted?
yes, I did. Yeah, I did. And yes. Yeah, and it was,
So you did this book completely in Japan. You didn't have to go back to the Northeast to do it.
but by now, everybody has smartphone, WhatsApp, Zoom, very convenient to communicate about the content, about names. So how many times I went back and forth with the sisters in WhatsApp, with my friend in Nagaland, or Helen and Lucy and Maria about this editing,
Yes, yes,
and Kaoru and Jack, photo editor.
yes.
Yes. Yeah. And but this was a big work. But I'm so glad it came out. And first of all, this history of Nagaland, and and really, as I shared in the presentation, I feel it's really one of the really expression of what our aspiration to becoming one for the healing of the nations, and also the image, as I said, like religious being at the lineal space.
Lineal space?
Liminal space.
Oh, yeah, okay. It's a between book.
Yes.
A between what?
Between Japan and Northeast India, or between America and Northeast India, or between America, or different places, or not only locations. You are could be really more. It could be more inside thing. Could be. I don't know.
Could making connections.
Yes.
Making connections. But now, what kind of connections have really happened because of this book?
Well, I think from this book, not yet, because it just came about.
But it's coming.
And very exciting thing is that.
Good. Tell us about the exciting one.
I shared in that noon presentation, but on 26th Tuesday, one of the major newspapers in Japan took up this book and MMS and about me.
About the book, MMS
and Yumiko. Yeah, Sister Yumiko. And this was, I'm sure something will happen. I shouldn't say I'm sure. Hopefully, good for our mission, our connection, something, new life, something will come, I hope. And, I will continue to, say. And also, simultaneously making this book, I share with you already, but one of my ministry in Japan, meaning writing articles in the children's magazine in Japan. One of the ex-student of Sophia University, whom I knew in 2013, came to know about me, and he has become a leader of this Catholic youth in Japan. So he emailed me asking, "Sister, I came to know you are in Japan, and can you help us? Can you come to one of the panel on the Zoom, because of the
Zoom panel?
Yeah, because COVID, they couldn't go anywhere as a youth, so they decided to have monthly Zoom gathering for Christmas program. Sister, please come. So I went, and this reconnection began. And he also came to one of my photo exhibition and talk, and he got the idea that, my student would be very happy to come to Northeast and make connection with the students there. So I said, wow.
And that is going to
We're just on the germination stage, so...
germination.
Yeah. So, I mean, I, of course, talk to Sister Bimela, and when I come to Northeast this year, maybe I will see. And I ask this, my ex-students to just give me a blueprint kind of thing so that I can present to our sisters and see how realistic it is. So that's the first step. Then, if it happens, it happens.
If it happens, it happens. Well, so far plenty has happened. But isn't there also another one with...
Oh, another one is
Can't read.
yes, because I do acupuncture. This is really acupuncture, I don't know. And we give many acupuncture treatment to Down syndrome children. And it's been very effective. And there are many Indian families in Japan who come as IT workers. No?
As IT workers.
IT.
Okay, yeah.
And one family from Odisha stayed,
Which is in India.
yes, in India, came to Japan to work as a IT. Maybe almost 20 years back. And they have two boys. The younger boys have Down syndrome.
Uh-huh.
And Papa is very proactive in terms of, doing something for this Down syndrome son. So he looked into Google everything. So he came to know our work in Pune, acupuncture work in Pune. So he contacted Sister Mary Pakiam from Japan.
From Japan.
From
He
Japan.
contacted her in Pune.
Oh, of course, net. Then Mary said, "Oh, our Japanese sister now is in Japan and she does acupuncture to your son." So he contacted me. So surely I whatever I could, I do. So they came to a house with big car and anyway. So they came. Papa and Mommy and two sons. Okay, then, but I explained to them, I treat it, I practice, but I'm not, I don't have license in Japan, yeah, and really, you please understand. I said no, but he didn't mind. Yes, sister, please do whatever you can. So I started to do before COVID, no. Then I still continue doing that. And this Papa is IT workers, but also very industrial or what do you call it?
Industrial,
Industrial, innovative person.
oh, industrial innovative, that's something.
And he wanted to do some business. And, when I did this photo exhibition, I used photos and cloth, fabric, to display.
Yes.
And many Japanese ladies said, "Oh, how lovely, I like to buy if it's there." So, then maybe if we import or, this will be good for this women in the village in Northeast. There was some cash income. Yes. So, but, I don't know how to do, but...
Industrial innovation.
Yes. So I said to this, his name is Safu-san. Safu-san, maybe, "Oh, sister, I think it's a brilliant idea." And he has, of course, connection in Northeast India, being native. And then, I have connections with local people. So we don't know, but maybe some business chance for women in India.
For women cottage industry.
Yeah. So I think it's possible. And sister, you said, talk, make reality.
Yes, I believe in it.
So, yes, so And if it's good for the good cause, I think it will come true.
Oh, well, it seems to me that's possible.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, we shall see. And
So you have plenty things coming up that might come out, germination.
Yes, sister.
Just seeds.
Yes.
Just needs water.
Yeah.
Talk.
Talk. Yes. And I wanted to tell you one more thing, but you know what? Oh, yeah.
Is there another one?
No, but yeah, this year my another ambition is really I like to also do again this photo exhibition because it seems creates really good more network, more something new to in the future.
But is there also a group in India that wants to go to Naga?
Oh, that is AFS people. Meaning, they
American
have their
Field
service.
Okay.
Yeah, and because of the
But they're the ones you first went with to go to Catholic University or to go to your
way back.
Way back.
Yes, and thank you for reminding me this AFS connection. Yes, because of the COVID, I started to do Zoom presentation instead of going to giving a talk. One of the merit is people can participate from different places of the world more. And then, because of the photo exhibition, AFS people came to know about it through my alumni lady.
Your what kind of lady?
Alumni.
Oh, alumni, okay.
She has an extensive network, and she's very supportive from my father's connection. Anyway, she let this AFS Japan know that ex-AFS students is doing exhibition. Please go and take a look. They came. They like it very much. And they also like because I never failed to say how their program was helpful for me, AFS. Yeah, so they wanted to do one presentation for AFS people. I did, gladly. Then, among the participants, there was people from the States. But for the States people, there are more who wanted to join, but the time difference was too big, so they couldn't join. So they asked me to have separate Zoom presentation for American people. I said, surely I will do. I did. Then, from that, I got very generous donation to make this book.
So AFS helped you to do that book?
Yes, sister. Because that's why I said thank you to them, AFS community. Because, I and editorial team, we had a great idea, but how to, the budget.
Yeah.
But I was determined to do fundraising no matter what. But when this good news came from, that time it was Jean Marie.
Came from?
Jean Marie that time. She was the MDC chairperson, no? Jean Marie. She told me that, sister, you had a big amount of donation for your work. Then I felt as if God said to me, Yumiko, go for it. Then
And there it is.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this AFS people,
Yeah.
So I would do whatever I could contribute to AFS.
Well, Yumiko, I think you've got to be a one-woman society in Japan.
It would be nice to have somebody, but so far.
But thanks to Zoom, you can connect everywhere.
Yes.
Yeah.
And in fact, this time, I will meet some of these AFS people when I go to see my family in New York, because they're in New York area.
Oh, wonderful.
So,
that's wonderful.
Yeah.
And I mean, my own feeling, Yumiko, is we talk about, connecting with all the one, becoming one through the healing of the nations. And the big healing that we need now is really beyond medicine. It's connections and getting people to know one another and feeling, oh, I know them, they're friends, or to do that kind of work. And that's global.
Yes.
So that's part of a global mission that you're into, I think.
Yes, and sister, thank you for the comment, because many people who come to my presentation or whatever, they feel so close to this area. They feel like they it was unknown place, but somehow they felt strong connection.
Yeah.
That really made me very glad.
Like, it's wonderful to have a map like this. It's wonderful, wonderful. But it doesn't tell you anything. Like that. It's a lovely map, and I love it. I study that a lot because I know nothing about Northeast India. But to really know about the people, that's not enough. I got to go back to the photos. Oh, then I know something. Look at those cabbages. Wow. They're lovely. So I think to build the connections, that's what we need, and I think that's what you're doing. We need PR everywhere. We do.
Yes, I was not aware. Means I didn't do consciously at the beginning, but after I came here and your input was very, very inspiring, very insightful. So yes, I agree with you, sister. Yes, PR, very important.
Thank you. Thank you, Yumiko. As for me, I would start PR in every place.
Yes, and Zoom is fantastic, but I really, this time, when after I came, I felt so really realize how important it is to talk face to face.
Face to face. Oh, there is no substitute.
No, even 100,000 time of Zoom doesn't meet one to one.
It
I
doesn't.
I feel like that.
It's a kind of reality, but it is not itself real.
No.
That's
really.
That's what fools us.
Yeah. And really, we hear the news about the mask, everything, but you cannot understand. I really felt that this time, with my classmates, we went to diner one Sunday, and eating this. Oh my! It is really so real and so vivid, and this is how people live now here, and it never struck me so much by Zoom or looking at the whatever.
No, because you see only a quiet picture.
Yes.
That's all you see, so you don't really see the movement
and the air and everything.
Yeah. Well, I just believe in the Job thing myself. Skin must suffer before skin grieve. That's what he tells his friends. And I think, well, yes, because you got to experience. You got to experience, be able, like this little kid, to touch my skin. Is that really how it is?
Yes.
If otherwise you think, it's not real.
Right. Yeah.
So, but we have to go into the Zoom because we can't get visas anymore.
Sure. Yes. And Zoom is really wonderful.
Yes, I
it's
like it.
very, very wonderful. Yes, and
I do, and I've met people now on Zoom that I had never hoped to meet, like young ones from Naga. I have met them.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Wonderful experience. The two from Vietnam. Have you met them yet?
No, I saw them on the screen, but I never met.
I met them because we did a history of the society together, and that was very lovely.
Yes.
So, that's what you make me think of, Yumiko. Thank you.
Yeah, but really, thank you so much. Thank you. Yes. And today, this time, I joined this seminar, and when the Pastor Juan, no? And Samuel's input, indigenous, really, I also becoming indigenous to my people.
Yes.
And our Kasi girls, Naga girls, they become the indigenous there. And really, this time in the lunchtime, I couldn't share, but this Christina, who become a pre-candidate, she came to MMS through my visit. But initially, it's good that, somebody come. But when she went back with me to talk to the girls, big difference.
That indigenary is such a good word.
Yes.
It's a wonderful
Yes. So, anyhow.
But that's true, and when you use it in reference to the young women in Naga, that makes a big difference, because that is their work.
And that's why, when I speak to the students whom I used to be at school, so they think they can feel more connection. sister was a student of the same school of mine. That makes a really difference.
It does make a difference. Yes, it does.
Yeah. So thank you for the input.
Thank you very much.